Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of HomeKit Insider. You've got me, Andrew O'Hara, here with my pal and the man who plays the piccolo in the SpongeBob theme song. It is Steven Robles. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Common misconception, it's not me. My wife actually does play flute and piccolo, so she's actually the one doing that. She's very popular. Flutist, plays jazz flute.
Pretty sure popular flautist is kind of an oxymoron.
Wow. Just insulted all flutists around the world. You got Nestor Torres. You got James Galway. It's a little bit controversial. But anyway, there's lots of popular flautists out there.
So get out of here, Mr. Galway. Him and I, we're not on speaking terms. He knows what he did.
Wow. Yeah, he must have really offended you. Well, that's a shame.
Yeah.
We're going to start another podcast, Flute Insider. Flute Insider is going to be an offshoot of HomeKit Insider. We just talk about flutes. Just all flutes all the time. I think it's going to be big. No, just kidding. Lots of stuff. We should just jump into it, Andrew. We just got to get into it.
We
all
have
right?
so much.
Aqara launched the E1 camera in China. This is a new camera from Aqara. It is a tilt, pivot, move it around kind of camera. Joins their other camera lineup. Should be launching worldwide. I don't know how much we can say or not say, but I'll look forward to trying it out. I think that's all I could say. But yeah, there you go. Tan and Pilt. I've never had a tan and tan. Is it tan? No, pan.
Nope.
Pan and
there
Pilt. Tan and Pilt camera. I don't think I've had. I don't think I've had one of these yet. I assume tan.
Doesn't the Aqara, the one with the ears, do it?
I never had the one with the ears. I have the G2H Pro, which is just a little like.
Doesn't that also do it?
No, the G2H Pro is just the standalone guy. He's locked.
Okay.
He's locked down. You know what I mean? He's just R2D2 style. He's just kind of there. I assume pan and tilt controls are not accessible in HomeKit when you have one, right? Because those are.
No.
HomeKit, yeah. So you got to do that. But
through the Aqara app, yeah.
Yeah, but it'll have it. And I like the Aqara app. They've done a nice job with that app. I'll just say that. So, all right, we'll look forward to that coming soon. Next, Level adds Wi-Fi models. Now, this was a big thing on social media. You were having to lock-splain to a lot of people what exactly this meant because they didn't know. But there's going to be Wi-Fi models now of the Level Lock locks. This is not Thread. And people were wondering why. Why would they put Wi-Fi in the lock? Like, what does this add if it's not adding, better connectivity, Thread, or whatever? So, Andrew, would you lock-splain to us why they would have Wi-Fi in their models?
Sure, why not? Wi-Fi not. Get it?
Wow.
Everyone's laughing right now. I should just pause for a second.
Just laughing.
Okay, now we can continue.
Okay, good.
There's still more laughs.
It's trailing
now
off.
we're good.
Yeah.
So they've not added Wi-Fi to the actual locks themselves. Instead, they are creating a little Wi-Fi module that will plug into the wall. So this will connect to your lock over Bluetooth, and then you'll be able to control the lock remotely through these add-on Wi-Fi modules. So the module is available standalone. You can buy it and add it to any of your existing Level locks, and then there will be updated versions of the Level lock package that will include the Wi-Fi module if you choose to use it. So, lots of things to clarify here. That's the main gist. First off, HomeKit users going to be largely diddly to you because HomeKit's still not going to operate through the Wi-Fi part of it. It's going to connect directly to your lock. This will only be useful to HomeKit users if you're specifically somebody who wants to control the Level lock through the Level app when you're not at home. That is that specific situation. If you're trying to do HomeKit, it still needs to be within range of your home hub when you're away, and you can control it through HomeKit. So if you were using this before, without issue, you probably don't need this unless you want to use the Level app while you're away. This was created, as a way to, one, grant access to the Level app remotely, and two, to bridge the gap to other smart home platforms like Samsung SmartThings,
right,
the Amazon Assistant, Google Home, all of those.
Right.
So some people had asked, like, hey, what's going on? I thought there was like a Thread situation. And that still seems to be the case. I believe their CTO...
Threaduation?
Oh,
Never
boy.
mind.
There's no laughs on that one.
None. Sorry, continue.
So their CTO had still confirmed. So originally they did confirm that yes, that all the level locks are 100% compatible with Matter. They will be getting a software update to add Matter support, and they all have Thread radios in there that will also be enabled through software updates.
All right.
For whatever reason, not going that way quite yet. There's been a lot of speculation that the reason why is just the state of Matter and the state of Thread. Even with Thread, while it's nice, people have to have like the right home hubs, and I'll be honest with you guys, HomeKit users got it kind of easy. Like, you got to buy like a HomePod and an Apple TV, either one of those, and you're golden. But when you use the other ecosystems, like Thread board routers can get more confusing, and especially if you're trying to like run multiple like home networks at the same time, or multiple smart home platforms.
Don't do that either.
It gets to be a lot, and I think that's why Level was like, this needs to mature a little bit more before we can add Matter and Thread to make it a little more easy.
Right.
We've seen other companies kind of delaying Matter rollouts. I really want the Thread support here. I think that's what I would like most, because Bluetooth I still think has a little bit of a lag to it. But for me, the Level Lock Plus has been really solid. So I'm so happy with it. For me, nothing is changing, but this does add more compatibility while we still wait for Thread to be added.
Okay. So thank you for Lock explaining all of that. Very much appreciate it. Also, Lock news, 17.1, the release candidate came out last week, so it should be coming to your devices probably this week as you listen to this episode. And iOS 17.1 now support for Matter locks. So you'll now be able to put locks that support Matter in the Home app. And I assume all the fun HomeKit like lock things, it would basically act like Level Lock Plus or other like home. Well, so Home Key.
Well,
I don't know. You tell me, Andrew.
There
Lock
you go.
Explain to me again.
That's the let me lock this in for you guys.
Oh.
So what is new here specifically, and this was kind of my tie into Level as well, is that 17.1 adds Home Key support for Matter locks.
Oh.
So why couldn't Level just add Matter support right away? Because literally a Home Key would be broken on users' devices. You have to have 17.1 to use Home Key on a Matter-enabled lock.
I see.
So until now, this thing was not even supported fully if it was upgraded to Matter. So yes, 17.1 adds support for Home Key on Matter-enabled locks.
Nice.
I think we're going to see a lot more Matter-enabled locks, especially now that we have kind of Home Key support. Maybe everything will just be streamlined. Like there's not these weird version differences.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Locked and loaded there with that answer. I'm going to go for all lock puns today. Very good. 17.1. Also, so this was a rumor now. This is from Ming-Chi Kuo about AirTags 2, or AirTag, AirTag 2, Attorneys General, however you pluralize that. That AirTag 2 will debut early 2025, so we're like over a year away from this rumor. But that with Apple Vision Pro integration. And I think this is interesting because, A, we do have an updated second-generation ultra-wideband chip, because we can't call it the U2 chip, because Bono has a lock on that name. But the U2 chip is in the iPhone 15 and Apple Watch Series 9 and Ultra 2, which has like greater range, and it has like the precision Find My for people if you're using your iPhone. And so an updated AirTag with a U2 chip, thanks Bono, seems obvious, like that should happen. It seems like to wait an entire year for updated seems like a lot. But I love this idea of Apple Vision Pro integration. This might be worth it just by itself. $3,500 to put on a mixed reality headset so you can see your Apple TV remote that doesn't have a U2 chip in the sofa cushion. Or maybe you have an AirTag on your wallet or whatever. You put on your Apple Vision Pro, you can see through the walls like some kind of x-ray machine, and then you see, oh, I left my wallet in my car. And you just see through all the walls. I don't think that's how it's going to work, but it'd be cool if it did. I don't know. Is it...
I mean, that kind of sounds like what it's going to be like. I can see there being like those two big things is first just Apple, which I don't know how much of a difference, like, I don't know. It seems like it's possible already with Vision Pro and the AirTag to do something like that. So I don't know why they need a second generation version for that, and maybe they're just going for the expanded range. Maybe it'll be more accurate with whatever chip they're going to put in there.
Right.
But yeah, it just seems like this is pushed off for another year. These were supposed to originally debut in like 2024, probably closer to the launch of Vision Pro. But now Kuo says they're shipping it back here. Maybe they'll add like, new form factors or something like that that'll give. Well, I mean, it takes a chunk out of the third-party market there because we have a lot of like card trackers.
Right, Chipolo.
But if we had precision finding on those, it would be nice.
I would. Sorry, Chipolo, but I would ditch you tomorrow if I could get precision find my for my wallet with that card. I also will say, when you do precision find my now with an AirTag, it's kind of like a 2-axis searching. You don't get a lot of height. You don't get that Z-axis, or I don't know. I guess that would be the Y-axis. I don't know. Anyway, you don't get like height. You kind of have to like you wave your phone around, and whether you're holding it up here or you're holding it down to the floor, it'll just tell you that direction. So maybe an AirTag 2 could actually give you like 3D spatial finding. Oh, if Apple calls it that, they owe me $1 million. Let me just say, 3D spatial finding. I just blew my own mind. This is amazing. Sorry, I was excited for that. I think I came up with something good there. Anyway, AirTag 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I also think they, with that expanded range, that would be interesting because like I'm trying to imagine like your 2 points. Like you got your iPhone here and your AirTag here. So say like they would normally meet in the middle. Now with iPhone 15, like that phone can be further away to get it. But then if you had your AirTag further, that had its range increased, would that like 6 times your range on how far an iPhone 15 could be from an AirTag?
That was unclear.
That'd be incredibly nuts.
That was unclear during the event because they said like 2 times the range, but in that section they were like in that open market and they were specifically talking about iPhone 15 to iPhone 15. They were doing like the people find line. Never mentioned AirTag, I don't think once during that part, but I'm curious like if you have a Series 8 or Ultra 1 or an AirTag, does it increase like 1.5x? Because
I'll be honest here. I don't know that much of how the ultra wideband like waves work, but I'm imagining it's like
this.
some sort of like. Thanks, Stephen. He did a very good Squidward impression.
Thank you.
Of a wave.
Thank you.
But no, I like imagining it as like like one of those like grabby arms. It just has to your phone is like reaching out and grabbing that signal and then being able to pinpoint where it is. So if the iPhone range is increased, I would think that it would be able to detect it from further away. Even if the AirTag hadn't changed its distance, its signal is still going out whatever feet it's going out, say 10 feet, 20 feet. If your iPhone can be further away before it detects that would that increase the range? So, and I don't know how that works with, if we increase the range also on a new AirTag.
So if my arm was twice as long, I might be able to reach you if you were farther. But if your arm was twice as long and my arm was twice as long, we could, Rose could have pulled Leo onto that little plank at the end of that movie. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what that means. No, just kidding. But does it...
Since we are talking...
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I just want
to move on to the next topic.
Yeah. I just want to ask our listeners, actually, because I'm curious, if there is actually a tool or some kind of meter that would measure ultra-wideband frequency so you could actually, like, have something in your hand and see the signal strength. Because, you could probably do this with the Find My app and Precision Find My, but it's not going to be exact, because that thing's like, yeah, it's 10 feet away, it's over that direction. I'd love to have, like, a meter that tells me this is how far that signal is, and then to measure like an iPhone 15 versus an AirTag, I think that would be cool. Andrew, you could take this to do this video if this exists. If this kind of meter exists, HomeKit Insider, HomeKiteers, let us know. That's all. That'd be cool. Okay, go ahead.
So I also want to point out, since we're talking AirTags,
yes.
Nomad came out with a new, very affordable accessory specifically for people that have Hydroflasks.
Oh,
they have a new insert that slips into the bottom of the rubber piece for a Hydroflask that holds an AirTag. This is brilliant, and I love it. I don't have a Hydroflask. I'm more of a Yeti guy, but I think this is super cool, and that's a great idea because I have the Ember to go coffee cup. Brilliant idea. Flipping, brilliant to put that in a coffee cup. Leave it everywhere, leave it in your car, wherever.
Yes.
Now you can do the same thing with your Hydroflask. You're not going to leave it at the office. You're not going to leave it at the gym. not going to be in your car. You're going to get left behind alerts. You're going to be able to see where it was on the map, all that stuff.
Yes.
Really cool idea.
Yes. And this is a picture of it. We'll put a link. The Verge has an article here. It's basically like a silicone bottom to your Hydroflask that you have a place for an AirTag. And listen, I'm all for it.
Well, the silicone bottom, I think, exists already.
Oh, I
think this is just the round insert. Like, there's an actual disc that slips inside of the Hydroflask bottom.
Oh, and it's
I think there's already a silicone foot.
The medium
and then
flex
it's just a
boot.
TPU.
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Yes, there it is. Okay. Got it. And there's the Nomad thing. Oh, I'll put the link to the Nomad thing. Oh, so this is the answer right here. There it is. Oh, yes. I see.
So you can see. Yep.
All right. Okay, Nomad.
$10.
I see. Listen, I'm all about inserting AirTags into everything possible. Don't be weird about that. But I'm saying, like, I bought a Passport wallet that had an AirTag thing in it, and obviously I have my Chipolo card in my actual wallet. I'm all for putting AirTags everywhere. That's all I'm saying.
We just talked on the episode where you were cavorting elsewhere about the small rig.
Yes.
I have the box right here. The small rig quick release plate.
That's cool.
Like, I still love this. We're not going to focus on me today. But yeah, I love this quick release plate. Really handy, really cool. I'm also, I got their iPhone 15 Pro Max camera rig, which I'm pretty excited about.
Wait, small rig had one? Wait a minute. Small rig has a thing? Small rig iPhone 15 Pro Max.
We're never going to make it through this episode.
Oh my goodness,
folks.
I'm sorry. Listen.
We're never.
Oh, this looks amazing.
Where you keep adding. I know it
Is
does.
it the mobile video? Oh, wait a minute. Mobile video cage? Is that what we're talking about? Is this what you're talking about right here?
I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay, that's nice. I have an Ulanzi cage that does pretty well, I'll be honest. But this looks cool. Can I know we're not getting through everything, but wait, I got something I want to show you. Hold on 1 second. Just stay right there. Hold on. I got this thing. This is the Moment MagSafe tripod. I don't know if it's new, but it's the first time I got it. It's the Moment tripod MagSafe thing, and it has a cold shoe mount on top. So this way, when you're filming, you literally just, stick your phone on here. There we go. Stick your phone on the Look at that. Magnetic. MagSafe. I love magnets. Magnets are cool. Sorry. Moment MagSafe tripod mount. Okay. That's all I wanted to say. All right. We got to move on, Andrew. Stop derailing us. All right. Get locked in here. Okay. Just real quick. Lipro, they released some HomeKit ceiling. Oh, my goodness. The tripod failed. They released some HomeKit ceiling lights. So they got the flat one. They got the round one. I don't see any links for these to actually be purchased yet, so maybe it's coming soon. But yeah, that's cool. More ceiling lights. Boom.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. Yeelight. Yeelight has a new beam light bar with Matter. This one is available to pre-order, and because it has Matter, that means you can get it in your home app. Works with HomeKit, and they look pretty fun. I don't have any Yeelight stuff, but these look fun. Cool. Yeelight.
It does look very nice.
Looks nice. Now you have something from TP-Link. What is the TP-Link thing? You got some letters and numbers here.
Yeah, TP-Link. So last week they came out, or 2 weeks ago maybe at this point, they came out with a camera, and it's their I guess kind of like their flagship camera, which is their new wire-free Mag Cam, and it's a wireless indoor-outdoor security camera. Looks pretty nice, magnetic, like mounting and everything. But does not support HomeKit.
Boom.
So I was like, oh, that's such a bummer. And they had followed up about the news, and then I was like, yeah, but it doesn't support HomeKit. He's like, no, but these two also do, that were also announced alongside the MagCam.
Okay.
So there's the Tapo C125, which is an AI security cam, and then the TC73, which is a pan and tilt security camera. So Steven's going to give these a quick goog. But yeah, two new HomeKit cameras from TP-Link. It's the first one, the AI home security camera.
Wait, what does that mean though? What is that AI doing? I'd like to know.
My guess is that it's going to use AI to detect like what's in the video. So it doesn't. It's not relying on HomeKit secure video. It's using its own stuff. So my guess it's going to use like AI for like package detection and people detection and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right.
To give you alerts. it also has both of these have physical privacy shutters as well. So you can completely close them. And then this version, similar to the Aqara we just talked about, pan and tilt will go through the TP-Link app, but it also shows inside of the Home app.
Okay. All right, Tapo, TP-Link. People consolidate names, people, okay? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, someone's on TP-Link, someone's on Tapo. Anyway. All right, here's big news. We have to talk about this because it's out. Ecobee was pushing this a lot. I was DMing them because I was like, where's my... Anyway, this is the smart doorbell camera from Ecobee. All right, here it is. Now, you have one of these? Is that right?
Yes, I have had it installed for the last, like, a month or so.
Wow.
And it's pretty nice.
Okay, now here's the thing. Hold on.
Okay.
This is a smart doorbell camera. It's $160. It integrates directly with the Ecobee thermostat, so when someone rings it, you see the video on the thermostat. That's amazing. I love all these screenshots. Ecobee posting reels of all this kind of stuff. It does not, like, you can't use your Logitech Circle View doorbell and get that onto the Ecobee thermostat. That doesn't work. I literally DM'd them. I think I already knew that, but I DM'd Ecobee, and they were like, yeah, no, it doesn't work. But my question, because you have this, Andrew, is this also a HomeKit camera? Do you see this camera in HomeKit?
Yes, it's 100% HomeKit.
Okay.
Yes.
But not HomeKit Secure Video.
Correct, and not HomeKit Secure Video. This is just HomeKit enabled.
Okay.
So a few things here to talk about. So I guess we can describe the design for the people that are listening,
Yes.
Traditional podcasters. It looks like you took like an Ecobee thermostat and almost like stretched it up, or the camera and stretched it up. Because it's got like these flat white sides, then a glossy black front with a camera on the top, and a big button with an LED ring around it on the bottom.
Green LED.
When you come up to it, the button will turn green, so you know, like, press me.
Press here.
To ring the doorbell. And there's a tiny little status light right below the camera lens. It's like green all the time. And then when someone is there, something's going on, it turns red, so you know that it's recording.
Very good.
You do get rich notifications, so you can see those like through the Ecobee app. And when you get those notifications, you have like options to like play sirens and all of that stuff. So it actually works with, again, your Ecobee thermostat and your Ecobee smart camera. Those can act as sirens to this. So if someone broke in or you caught them on your doorbell getting into your house, you could play sirens that would come through the doorbell and come inside your house through your other Ecobee products.
Wow.
Basically, they have like that smart security plan that can have like the monitoring of your home, and it's going to use everything together. It's going to use the smart sensors for your door to know whether it's open and closed, your camera, your doorbell cam, and your thermostat all together to kind of work. And they also can use your camera and your Ecobee as a chime if you don't have like your HomePod and stuff that you would want to chime. There is one temporary downside.
Okay. Yes.
It does not have HomeKit activity notifications yet. So for me, this is nearly a deal breaker in the short term, because when someone comes up on your porch, it does not show like on your Apple TV, for example.
Oh, wait, it won't show on the Apple TV?
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. So they basically said, hey, this feature is coming. We couldn't get it shipped by the time that we are launching here. So it will be a thing, but not right now. So yeah, since I was saying, my wife and I work from home, and whether I'm down here in the studio or she's upstairs, we often have like the TVs on, and it was really easy. I'm like, oh, there's UPS. Before they even touch anything, I see a truck pulling in. And I could go upstairs, greet them, and sign for any packages, all of that. But right now, you can't do that. So I have to rely on like the Ecobee notifications on my phone or my watch. And it's just so much nicer to have them on the Apple TV. So they do acknowledge that this is a thing. It's coming. Like the toggle and everything is there. You just try to toggle it on, it doesn't stay on. So I'm hoping this comes very quickly after launch. Ecobee is really solid. I've had no complaints with their stuff. They are, and it's funny enough that I was thinking this because I'm pretty sure Jennifer Tui, wrote up on The Verge.
Yes.
I was sitting here thinking, like, man, this is exactly what I wanted, like, Nest to be, where everything works together so seamlessly. They just have this great ecosystem of products, and it also works with HomeKit and everything. I mean, look how crazy the thermostat is at this point. It's a Apple Smart Assistant speaker.
Yes.
It is an actual speaker you can AirPlay to. It will now show live video feeds of your doorbell cameras.
Yes. It's a chime.
It has the room sensors to know when people are in rooms to heat the room that you're in to the proper temperature. It has the door sensors to automatically pause your AC or heat if you leave a door open. Like, they've got so many things. Yeah, like you said, the chime for a doorbell. The way this stuff integrates together is so nice, so seamless. Everything works here with HomeKit. This is kind of what I just really expected Nest to be before Google bought them and flushed them down the toilet.
I want to love this thing so much, and once they turn on the Apple TV integration, it'll get better. I do struggle because I've orchestrated my smart home where I don't have to pay any subscriptions for stuff, thanks to HomeKit Secure Video. And so I looked down here, and like, if you wanted like all the features of this camera, there is a standard plan for $5 a month that gives you 30-day video history, package detection, and all of that. And then there's a $10 a month where you get, if you have multiple Ecobee cameras, then you can get all the recordings for unlimited cameras and the push notifications and all of that. So, like, it's not bad. Like, it's not a bad subscription. If you went all in on Ecobee cameras, I think maybe it would be more worth it. And you can have those Ecobee cameras in HomeKit as well. But then you won't, like, even if you pay for the subscription to Ecobee, let's say I pay $5 a month, I get this video doorbell. If I go to the HomeKit app, I'm not going to see the video history in the HomeKit app, right? That's only in Ecobee.
No, correct.
And that's, I mean, I get it. I get what Ecobee's doing. Like, I smell what they're stepping in, but I'm, nah. Like, my not.
Here's the thing, Stephen. This is the problem with your plan.
Yes.
Apple's AI stuff still is inferior to basically every one that I've tested. Like, when I'm testing other ones, the HomeKit one will still randomly miss a truck driving through our driveway or a package being left on the door. Like, I don't know how it misses some of these things, but it does. And Apple has needed to fix this and upgrade it in a long time. So you can't, it's hard to rely on that 100%. So yeah, sure, it's nice to say, oh, I don't want any other subscriptions. I just want to go all through there. Cool, but you're not going to get, the best AI for your porch. You need to, like, I've been using the Arlo one partially because of that.
But it's not only the subscription, but also now managing multiple apps to see different camera video histories. So if I want to see, like, my Eve outdoor cam, my circle views, then I go to the home app.
How much do you look at your doorbell video history?
Enough. Like, it's enough. I mean, this
I will say I almost never look at it until there's, like, a problem.
Right, but
like,
even if it's just a few times a year, if it was something critical, like, for instance, I don't think I talked about this on the podcast, but earlier this summer, my mom was playing pickleball in our front yard with my younger son, and she fell and literally broke her hip while she was outside. I don't have any other cameras pointed towards the front of my house because my doorbell camera actually gets a pretty wide range. And I was actually able to go and download the video of the exact moment it happened so I could show the doctors. And, like, yes, I could just have another camera out there. Yes, it's not something that happens a lot. Hopefully not. But it was useful then. Also, while the AI features when it comes to package or vehicle detection, I think that's, like, your experience may vary. The way my door is and where package people, like, leave packages, I don't think any doorbell is going to see it because they put it where, like, no doorbell has view. Like, maybe the Wemo doorbell would see it because it has a wider range of view. But my circle view, and I would have to, I'll ask you about that next, about the range, field of view for this Ecobee one. Like, they don't see the packages. But I will say, Apple does a very good job at face detection. I have found that part is actually really good. It'll tell me when there's a group of people at the doorbell. There's someone who I don't have any pictures of on my phone. They're not in my family, It's a child friend that my daughter plays with. She comes to the door often enough that, like, in the home app, it suggested, like who is this person? And I was able to name the person, and now my HomeKit app will tell me it looks like so-and-so's at the doorbell, like by name. And it does a pretty good job of recognizing the face. And so when it comes to facial recognition, like, I'm going to give Apple a little bit credit, but I also know, like, package and vehicle detection is not great. So anyway, that's my struggle with, like, HomeKit Secure Video versus going all in on another system. If I was all, like, my mom's all in on Arlo because I got her the floodlight camera, I got her the wireless doorbell, and, like, those are great. And, like, for her, I think it's a great option. And I will, like, to your point, I will say that Arlo is, like, on the money with everything. It's like there was a grasshopper that flicked past your door. It's like, wow, that's amazing. So, like, kudos, to Arlo. But I don't know. I just, like, for me personally, I guess there's packages coming all the time. I see the truck out the window. I don't know. So I'll stick with HomeKit. But how's the field of view? Or if you have any comments about any of that.
So the left and right field of view is pretty standard, and it has a very high, it has a 175-degree vertical field of view. So let me adjust my
brightness
brightness
for the video
for camera here.
YouTube.com/HomeKit.
Here is, like, the live view of my porch, and you can see the literal doormat at the bottom of the door, almost the entire doormat. And you can see the wall-mounted light sconce that is like above the thermostat doorbell.
Yeah.
So you have basically entire coverage up and down. Left and right, you can see kind of, it's like a 2-car driveway there. So you have a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
You have all the way to the right side of my porch.
It's pretty good.
And a little bit to the left, because I think it's angled. It must be, or no, it's just off center, whatever it is.
It's a good field of view.
It's a pretty good field of view, but not close up to the house, if that makes sense. Like, it goes out pretty wide, but you're not going to get things like tucked back away from the doorbell.
If I'm sneaking in your house in the middle of the night and I crawl in from the side, it might miss me. That's what you're saying.
I mean, you're going to have to get to the door. Eventually it would pick you up.
That's true.
It'll see Steven crawling on the doormat.
If you see my face, just ignore it. Honestly, like, I love what Ecobee is doing. I really wish, I don't know if this is possible, I wish I could just get my Logitech Circle View into my Ecobee thermostat. Like, so when someone rings, like, I don't know if that's possible, but it'd be nice.
It's maybe possible with Matter. When Matter adds cameras, that's a potentiality because everything should be able to view your other accessories.
Right.
So, yeah, it's possible then.
Because, I mean, like, HomeCam, I just give it access to my home data, and it sees all my cameras. I'm like, if I give Ecobee
Apple
access,
doesn't even let third-party apps have access. Like, yes, live view, but not like recorded timelines. You can't even view that in third-party apps. And again, it's because all that is accessed locally on your phone, not on another device.
Right.
Then you get to the scary situation where someone could potentially sign into your account and get live views of your cameras, on a remote device. So I don't know if that would happen, like if Apple would ever allow that, but I think the possibility there with Matter, because then in this world, like my Nest Home Hub, wherever the heck I stuck it, should be able to view all of my Matter enabled cameras.
Right.
So if this was upgraded to Matter and that had Matter, they should show. So I could see that being a possibility. Ecobee has said that they support Matter and will be adding Matter to products eventually, but no time frame on that. And of course, Matter still doesn't have cameras.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, listen, kudos to Ecobee. This is a really cool doorbell camera. The Ecobee thermostat is amazing. It's number one. It's the best. Number one. I can't do a Trump impression, but anyway. Yeah, it's the best. So we'll put a link to the Ecobee camera. Andrew's going to have a review going up. You should definitely check it out. It's very good. And if you're in the Ecobee ecosystem, it's pretty good. Ecobee ecosystem. You should definitely check it out. All right, we have a couple of things I want to get to. One, listener Zach Hicks, he did something crazy, and I just had to mention it. He's got his Roborock, okay, his mop vacuum, and he has totally modded this thing to where he has an Eve Aqua on a water source, and he basically can refill the water tank on the Roborock with the Eve Aqua. Then he figured out the exact amount of time required, so it can just fill the thing but not overfill it. And so he can now refill his water tank without ever going to the Roborock. And it looks like, I wasn't clear on this, it looks like maybe he has found a way to empty the dirty water as well.
That's what he says.
That's what he says, yeah. So he has now made the Roborock completely it's sentient. This Roborock is now thinking, it's feeling, it's the Terminator. This thing can do
It's
it all.
homeschooling his children. It's crazy.
That's right. It's learned multiple languages. It can create art. And so this thing is amazing. I kind of want to do this. I don't have a water source close enough to where I keep my Roborock and EcoVac, but I kind of love this. This is amazing. Kudos, Zach.
So I just sent you a link. This is actually such a good idea, and there was a new robot that had just launched at IFA from some of our friends over at SwitchBot. They came out with a pair of smart home vacuums, and they have one that they say I think is the first auto-filling and auto-draining smart home vacuum. They raised like $1 million on Kickstarter for this thing. And it makes sense because a good spot, it depends on your home layout, folks, but I can see like the laundry room being an ideal place to store something like a robot vacuum cleaner. If our laundry room wasn't the side of like a literal closet, 100% I would put that back there. And then you have your drains and your water hookup that you're already using for your washer. So this is, Steven's the head tilt, as my wife says. Like,
This is amazing. I'm thinking now I have a utility room. Maybe we have to get rid of the dog and where his food plates are so we can have this auto-filling and auto-emptying robot, but I think that will be worth it. Yes.
It's so cool.
This is definitely going to be, like 2 years from now, they're all going to do this. Roborock, EcoVacs, they're all going to have these like self-emptying, self-filling things. And I love it. And I want one.
It's funny because every year I go to CES and like there'll be one theme that I'll see for like all the vacuums. Like 1 year, like, we have empty wash fill vacuums now. And it's like every single person had the same thing. And so that's what's going to be in, a year or whatever.
So
we're going to all of a sudden start having the same thing. We're going to have new empty wash fill draining vacuum cleaners.
It's really good. That's really good. Okay, we got a last couple things. TimePorter. What is this? I missed this. What is the TimePorter?
This is so cool. Another little hands-on. This will take only a couple seconds here. This is new from the folks over at 12 South.
Yes. Yes, this thing is amazing. Hangs all your watch bands. Oh my goodness.
I have needed this for ages.
I want this so much.
It is so cool. And even this one here, this is Nomad's stainless steel band. So this is probably as heavy as they come. And still, it sticks right in there. It'll hold. So this is 3, 7. This is 7 bands. But I know you're saying, Steven, you're saying, Andrew, I got more than 7. I got 14 bands. Well, don't worry. Because you get a second TimePorter, and there's a little shim, and the ends come off, and they'll double the size to hold 14 bands.
Oh, I need this.
You can just keep expanding it. So it's just a plastic body, rubber little grip here at the top that's kind of a little firm, and then your bands just stick right in there. They stick right up in there, and it holds them. This is the best way I've seen to store watch bands. Yes. It doesn't take up, like I've seen the ones that go on your desk that are like a block with like angled shelves.
Yes.
And like to me, those still take up a lot of space on your desk.
This is better.
I like this a whole lot better.
Yes.
Now I will say not all fit. If you have something like these, this is like the cuff from Pad and Quill that I really like.
Yeah.
So something like this, if I can never get this to focus, it just finds my face anyway. But yeah, this is the cuff band from Pad and Quill. This would be difficult to put on there. Maybe it would fold and kind of like stick it up. But other than that, this will hold your Apple Watch bands, amazing. And it's super cool. The only downside I can think of, it feels a little cheap because it is just a piece of plastic. It feels very light and cheap. And I wish like the ends were like I don't know. It seems dumb, but it's also just like shiny plastic. So it just feels very plasticky, but the product itself, the idea, implementation is spot on.
I love this. I have those little bamboo shelf things. I want this. I just want this. I want to put it here in my office. I want to like just hang it right over here. It's so good. Man.
Here's the thing, Steven. I am so uncommittal about putting things on the wall. Like I can't pick a spot and stick with it because I'm inevitably going to change my mind about what I want there.
I'm already planning where I'm going to put this thing.
And it will inevitably damage the wall.
I'm going to put mine right out of sight over here, just within reach, because I literally have like watch bands just sitting here on my desk because sometimes I switch them out. If I want to make a video, I want a certain watch band in the video. If I want to go more casual, I really like solo loops. I'll just reach over and just hang it. I'm getting one. I'm getting one.
2.
Get 2? I don't know if I need 2. I haven't gotten a lot of bands for my Apple Watch Ultra.
Oh, man.
But
I have so many bands. I mean, you just saw on there. I love the Nomad metal one. I love Apple's metal one, which I got sitting here. I love Apple's leather links, and I have the Milanese loop here as well. I did order the fine woven, so I'm waiting for those to come in and see how they compare to the existing leather ones. I might be really bummed if they're not as good because the leather ones I really, really like. Those are probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite bands Apple has come out with. So I'm hoping these fine woven ones hold up.
I forgot that they were making fine woven Apple Watch bands.
Yeah, they're still not out yet. Well, the modern buckle one is, but the magnetic link is still not out. I think they're shipping in October, so maybe one day here.
October. I'm going to order one before the show's out because I just totally forgot, and I did want to try it. I wanted to try it, but we'll see. All right, you had talked about a couple episodes ago about Owl Home. How many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Pop? Anyway, Owl Home, right? This is what you were talking about, right? So home security. This is the Owl Home. And so this is a smoke, carbon monoxide, motion, noise, temperature, and humidity sensor all in one thing. Not cheap. It's $180. But it works with USB-C for power, +1 for that. And, you connect it. Has all those smart sensors, Apple Home integration, which is the big deal. And it seemed like, I haven't researched this a ton, but it seems like this is also like monitoring, also home security stuff. Is that right?
So I don't know about monitoring other than just monitoring like the smoke and CO, all of that stuff. I don't think they have like paid monitoring or anything like that.
Right.
But yeah, we covered this on the episode. Want to know if you had any questions, and as also kind of a follow-up. So you think if you have any questions real quick, but I heard from a listener that they have discontinued the Safe and Sound from First Alert, which is a huge bummer because I love the Safe and Sound. So smart smoke detector and everything, but it also has a smart light in it, which telling you, having a light in your smoke detector is fantastic depending on placement.
Right.
In your basement or like a hallway, I have it set up so there's motion alerts, and then when I wake up and there's like motion detected in the hallway, it'll turn on the light of the Safe and Sound to different brightnesses based on the time of day and give you like a night light through the hallway. It's fantastic, and it's like full color and everything. But on top of that, it was an AirPlay 2 speaker. So you can just cast your audio there, and if you had multiple of these through your home, you had literally built-in sound systems like around your house.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So I love the Safe and Sound, and apparently people are saying, or at least one listener told me, that they reached out to customer service because they had issues with theirs, and they said, oh, they're discontinued. We can send you a regular dumb smoke detector, and it's not quite the same.
No, not the same. So I see interconnected on here. So my smoke detectors in this house have one of those, like one goes off, they all go off. I assume that's what that means. So I could replace one smoke detector with this guy, and now all of a sudden I have like all my smoke detectors are semi-smart because I would get an alert no matter what. And this, like, I could replace one of my dumb smoke detectors with this, and like the connections would be the same. Like I would just be able to swap it out. Does that sound right?
Yeah, so my mounting plate was different. But otherwise, I did have to rewire the connections. So the 3 wires are coming into your standard like clip for a smoke detector. I pulled those out and just moved them to the new connector that's included in the box. But that's it. It was very easy. It took me less than 10 minutes to install this thing.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. I might be down for that. Even as a USB-C power thing, if you want to use it in like an RV or if you're traveling, that's pretty cool. Owl Home. All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Plus, it just adds. I like that they added all the extra functionality,
Yes.
like your humidity and motion and all of those things.
Yes.
That a regular smoke detector is not going to have. So not only do you have just making it smart, you have more sensors throughout your house, which I always like.
Very cool. All right, and finally, we made it to the bottom of the list. Humidifier. That's the note. Which one is this?
Yeah, the one that we teased last week.
What did we tease last week? Yes, I remember it. Oh, yeah, the Harman Kardon, the Jony Ive one. The Jony
Yes.
Ive humidifier.
the Jony Ive designed smoke detector. Humidifier.
What's the name? What's the brand name?
So this is the Humelle, Humelle, and it's from Airversa, I believe, which is also Sleek Point. In my review, you'll know I have like one complaint, and that is like the app is called the Sleek Point app, which is like the actual like incorporated company, and then the product or the brand is Airversa. So we have like the Airversa air purifier. This is also under Airversa. And the product name is Humelle or Humelle, whatever you call it.
Right.
But they also have this guy here, which is interior door lock that works with Thread and HomeKit.
Oh my
You
goodness.
remember this guy?
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yes, him. All the same company, all really nice product. So that's under Holomark, but it's also Sleek Point.
Okay.
So yeah, it was confusing downloading the app, and like you have to remember that. So like, oh, I can have all this functionality in the Home app, but then if you wanted to do something fancy, so there's lights on the bottom, and it can like change the light based on the humidity levels, like how close you are to your target.
Wow.
It can like flash around in a circle, or can like breathe. That's like very calming. So there's all these light effects that, of course, HomeKit doesn't support, and you have to do through the Sleek Point app. So that's my one criticism, is the naming there is stupid. But the product itself is fantastic. The light is a nice touch, probably superfluous at times because I don't always like need a light. But it's kind of neat. They have it. The top here, this little puck that this just lifts up, and that controls like your flow of the air, like where the air is kind of coming
fancy.
out.
Yeah.
But this is a handle. It's a handle. I don't want to drip water anywhere. So you lift this whole top part up.
Whoa.
And this is your water tank. And on the bottom, there's a little knob that you unscrew, and you fill this up. And then you put it back on top. You're good to go. Physical controls on the front, like your light and your misting levels. And the biggest thing I can say, with some of the others, specifically like the VocaLink ones, like the bigger one and the smaller humidifiers, they had a tendency to get things around them damp. Like it would send out the ionized air from the top, and then the air has like kind of water in it, but it comes out as like a mist. That mist would sometimes settle on what was around it, and it would get damp. So I remember last year, my wife wasn't feeling well, really stuffy nose, her face is dry and stuff. So like we put a humidifier in the room. I literally put a sheet pan under it because it was getting things around it damp. Like why is that a thing? So this does not do that. Everything around it is appropriately dry. So it's really nice, very easy to set the controls. Also has temperature and humidity in the Home app. So you have humidity level, temperature level, the humidity, how much the actual humidifier is on, like the fan speed basically, and then you have the light all showing up in the Home app.
Nice. That's pretty cool. All right, Jony Ive. You made a cool humidifier. Okay. Well, that's fun. So I'll have a link to the Airversa site. You can't click it yet. You know, it's not like officially launched yet.
It is on Amazon.
Is it on Amazon?
It's on Yes, if you need me to find it for you, I can find it while you
Let's see.
wrap things up here, but I did just have it pulled up.
Here it is. Okay, it is on Amazon. Yeah, you can order it. There's even a 10% coupon right now, which who knows by the time you listen to this, but there it is.
It's good timing. Like I know in Florida everything is a swamp all the time, but in the rest of the world it gets very dry in the winters. So something like this is helpful as we get to the cooler months.
Every Floridian has a built-in humidifier. It's called the weather. It's called the
I thought you were going to say gills in case it floods.
No, it's called Florida. All right. I'll put the link to all of that, everything we talked about in the show notes. Fun show today. Let us know what you think. You can reach out to Andrew and myself. All of our social media handles are in the show notes. And, let us know if you've modded a Roborock or other robot vacuum with a crazy water setup. Kudos again to Zach for that. Send us pictures of what the crazy HomeKit stuff you got going on. It's always fun to see. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.
See you guys.